And perhaps what is happening here is El Torito, Armando Castro, a little bit confused with it left-handed stance.
Absolutely. He seems a little bit confused by that. Warren from the Fighting Warren brothers from Corpus Christi. His brother Frankie was a world contender for years. His older brother Willie was a middleweight contender years ago. It's a good body work by Warren.
His brother Frankie was a USBA champion some years back. Harold Warren had 280 amateur fights. His first pro fight was back in November of '84 when he beat Jose Rodriguez. In July of '85, he lost a 6-round decision to Courtney Hooper. Says in that fight he did not prepare properly.
He fought 10 pounds over his weight, too, Hooper being a junior welterweight.
And these are junior lightweights. That's less than 130 pounds. Now Warren trying to get that right jab working. Said he did not know much about Castro, except he expected for Castro to come right after him. His fight plan was on the inside. The uppercuts, the jab, and he says offensive. We're talking about Harold Warren. He's got his name written on his trunks, which is a good idea. That way we can tell everybody apart.
Absolutely. Good body work by Warren thus far.
Armando Castro, with the stars on his trunks, had a 43-3 amateur career. January of '87, he turned pro. Now he's scoring well, finally getting busy, getting warmed up here in this first round. And he lands a good right hand and a couple of good right hands. Warren dragging that left hand down and leaning over, asking for the punches from Armando El Torito Castro. This is why they call him El Torito. He throws a lot of punches.
He's getting in there working. I think that you got to throw out the left-handed stance now because they're just squaring off in there and bombs away with each other.
Now on that left-handed stance, I can tell you from personal experience, it is confusing when you first get in the ring, but if your opponent stays on top of you, like Warren is doing, you really don't see it. Good, Rick. Oh, down goes one. Armando Castro on the seat of his pants, still wobbly.
6, 7,
Joey Curtis.
Okay, corner.
Good first round of work there. That Warren put the fear of God in him at the end of that round.
A good round. Harold Warren, but Armando Castro right now has to get recuperated and get ready to start the second round. There is no saving by the bell here in Texas, and that's why just at the end, referee Joey Curtis continued counting. Good look at the action, that straight left hand. The southpaw stance, they've got that power in their back punch, and boom, there it is, right on the point of the chin. Nice shot. If you've got anywhere to aim for the point of the chin. If you miss it a little bit higher, you get the guy right on the nose, and that hurts. If you miss it a little bit lower, you're going to hit him right on the Adam's apple. And if you get hit in the Adam's apple, you'll be talking kind of funny for a few days. It's smart.
Doesn't help your wind at all either. Well, Ray Entreveras in Castro's corner tried to get him amped up for this.
And Castro turned pro back in January of '87 with a win over Rafael Esqueda. He knocked him out in the first. The first time he went 4 rounds was Rafael Montoya back in May of '88. Right now he's going to be concerned with this second round and with Harold Warren.
Warren's reaching him with that right uppercut. That's what set up the straight left hand in the first round. Castro's game, though.
Well, Castro fought in South Africa. Got stopped by Deton Dedora. He got stopped in the 8th round in that bout back in February of this year, 90. And boy, he is getting hit. Here in this second round, the uppercuts from Harold Warren are effective.
He's following him with that straight left hand.
And look at all how Castro is leaning over in the waist. He's bending over, asking for those uppercuts.
Bacon.
And this is just target practice for Warren. Boom. Castro is ready to go.
Warren looks impressive at this weight.
Still early here in this second round. Castro wobbling a little bit. Joey Curtis says that's all. So Castro is just not in the class of the southpaw. Harold Warren, who runs his record now to 15-4, 7 of those by knockout.
Nice win for Harold. Nice win.
Well, he was able to pick his shots. He did just what he wanted to do. It appeared that Castro, now both of them taking their bows to the crowd, Castro appeared confused at the southpaw stance. And Warren just picked his shots, set up that straight left hand, and then knocked him out.
Harold found out what worked and just kept going through it.
Here is a look at it. Right at the end, the effective uppercuts, as you talked about, Bob, and the uppercut coming back with a straight left is what initially did all the damage. That's when Armando Castro visited the canvas, and Joey Curtis decided to stop the fight. Boom. Look at these uppercuts. Over, under, and over. A good combination. You go under to try to knock your opponent's head up. You go over to actually knock him out. Good showing for Harold Warren. And we are ready for the ring announcer, Chuck Hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time, 1 minute, 11 seconds of the second round. Referee Joey Curtis stops the bout. The winner by a TKO from Corpus Christi, Texas, Harold Warren.
Little bundle of energy.
And so at 1:11 of round number 2, Harold Warren gets his 15th win. Here's one last look at that final knockout and some power punching from Harold Warren. As we await our next bout, here it is. The underneath with that uppercut, over the top with a straight left.
Bending his knees and getting all that leverage on that uppercut.
Getting his weight behind his punches, isn't he, Bob? Here's another look at it. Underneath and over the top. What you're trying to do with a combination like that, pull your opponent's head up out of that shell. Look how Armando Castro is leaning over, trying to hide his face, shelter himself from the onslaught from Harold Warren. And ultimately, it was Warren that went on to a 1:11 knockout in the second round.
Nice win for him.